Hey everybody! I just wanted to introduce you to my new giant Angora rabbits. I'm just so excited to have them finally here, and I'm going to tell you all about how I got them and why. And so this one is Meadow. She's a doe, and she'll be a year old in, now I can't remember, I think March or April. So she's a young doe, ready to breed soon. And she is a show rabbit, which means that she's been bred by people who show rabbits to get the right traits and body type to look really good at a rabbit show. And she's actually so good at this that she is a grand champion winner already, and it's very exciting. So, like I was saying, this is Meadow. She's a grand champion already, which means that she has won the best, like first place in her type and everything in, I think, 3 rabbit shows. I'm still learning about rabbit shows, so I'm not 100% sure if I'm right on that. But grand champion gets to go on their pedigree, and it's really good because it means that multiple judges compared to multiple rabbits and found them to be the best. So, and the things that they're looking for are a long list of characteristics that involve their fiber, their weight, their coloring, the shape of their body, and like the muscles or fat on them, like how chunky they are and that kind of thing. And it just depends on the breed of the rabbit. There's a different list for every breed. And so for giant Angoras, they are supposed to be 9 pounds or more. I need to go read up on this because I might be wrong, but they're big bunnies. And so she's fully grown, and she is just above 9 pounds. I forget exactly. And yeah, she's pretty amazing. She's so beautiful. I love her big brown eyes and her big face. It's so cute. Giant Angoras also have to have furnishings on their ears. That's the fringy stuff on their ears and their cheeks and on their front feet. And only 2 colors are allowed at shows. There's other colors that people raise like just for fun. But for shows, they can only be red-eye or ruby-eyed whites, which is the albino white color, or chestnut, which is her color. And she's got a little mat here I'm trying to pull out. So she got sheared recently, and so her coat is still growing. But her coat, she didn't show at nationals because her coat was sheared. You can't win if you're an Angora rabbit and you have a short coat. I think it has to be at least 2 inches long. But anyway, her coat was entered into a contest at the national convention, and it won 2nd place. Gosh, I should have looked all this stuff up again. I think it won 2nd place, which is really awesome at national convention because it's a big show. And so that's really great. I know her coat is going to be amazing when it grows in. And one thing that almost all of the breeds need is these really chunky hindquarters, because at the end of the day, rabbits are domesticated for meat. And so you want the meatiest rabbit that you can breed, right? And not that I'm going to eat her for meat, but that's what her breed, and pretty much all of the breeds, not quite all of them, but almost all of them want that body type that has the really thick, chunky hindquarters where you can't really feel much boniness, and there's just a lot of meatiness back there. So, fluffy butts. And a lot of the rabbits that I have been breeding, they are wonderful. They are I've been breeding them so that their coats are easy to care for. They don't tangle really easily. So that's really great. I've got some pretty colors. They're usually, they're all really nice. Like their temperament is good. Don't think about it. But they all kind of have like a sort of bony butt. And so that's something that my mixed breed Angoras aren't great at. So she's gonna help me with that in my rabbitry. Like the babies that we're gonna have will hopefully be a lot like her. And I also got a buck that I'm gonna show soon on camera here, and he's gonna be her mate, and they're gonna make some purebred giant Angora show babies that I will obviously keep a lot of them, but I'm also hoping to go to a few shows locally as I can. I can't travel very much. It's just really hard for me at this stage in my life. But I want to go to some so that I can keep them, you know, known in the rabbit community and keep them winning, hopefully. And also be able to make some income from selling baby bunnies that are worthy of, you know, someone a show rabbit person would want to buy. So what do you think, Meadow? You want to have some babies? I think you'll be so good at that. Because you're just the best. So I'm going to go put her back in her little cage and get out Cypress, the buck that I bought, and talk about him. All right, so this guy is named Cypress. We'll see if he's the type that likes to jump off of things. It depends on the rabbit. Hey. Hello. We're still getting to know each other. One of the best tips for getting to know a new rabbit is to not like reach out and grab them all the time, but just exist near them and let them come to you. It's kind of like with horses. If you work with horses at all, rabbits are kind of fearful. They're prey animals. They're not like a dog or a cat. So they need to feel safe, and one of the best ways to do that is to just be near them and let them decide when they feel safe enough to approach you. But both of these rabbits have been really easygoing, so they seem already not nearly as shy as they were the first day. So this is Cypress. He is a buck. Giant Angora, just like Meadow. Obviously, he's the ruby-eyed white variety. He is also a show rabbit. He's been in shows, and he's not a grand champion he's not a grand champion yet, and I don't think he's won anything, but he's placed pretty well. Like, he's good, you know. And also, the thing that the judges have said about him is that he's still growing. So he's not fully grown yet. He's getting there. He's younger than Meadow. Hey, what are you looking at? Now, don't chew on the couch, please. He's got to rub his chin all over everything. Can I touch you? Oh, you're so nice. Obviously, he's not sheared. His coat is just so soft and wonderful. Let's see. So these two rabbits come from the same lines, and that's a rabbit breeder term for genetic lines, like pedigree lines. And so they come from the same lines, but they're not like directly related, so you can still breed them. You can do that a lot more with rabbits than with other animals. But anyway, the lines they come from are from Tammy Vaughn, or I think it's called Fuzzy Vaughn's Rabbitry. She is an amazing giant Angora rabbit breeder in, I believe, Oregon. And she does a lot of amazing stuff to help people who want to raise giant Angoras. She's got a lot of YouTube videos and a website and a newsletter, and she actually is responsible for getting the chestnut color approved to be shown at rabbit shows. And this just only happened last year. You are getting very excited. You're so cute. I can't wait to let them out in the rabbit run. Right now they're on quarantine, so they are not allowed in there yet. We gotta wait 2 weeks, make sure everyone's still healthy, and then he can go out there and play. That'll be very exciting for him. So Tammy bred my 2 rabbits' ancestors, and she sold some rabbits to my new friend Amber, who lives in Tennessee. And Amber bred those rabbits and has these babies for sale, including Cypress and Meadow that I purchased. And actually it all started because over a year ago I asked Tammy in Oregon to put me on her waiting list to see if we could figure out how I could get some of her rabbits shipped all the way over here in Louisiana to me. And I didn't know if it would even work out, but people do this. They transport rabbits across the nation, across the world. This is what rabbit breeders do. And so we're like, yeah, it might work out. So, but after a year of waiting, it just hadn't worked out. She hadn't had many good, well, she'd had kind of a bad period with her litters that wasn't, like, she didn't feel good about giving me one of those. And so she referred me to Amber because she was like, Amber's a little closer to you and she has some really good giant Angoras from me. Excuse me, don't chew on my couch. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. So I reached out to Amber and she had a few rabbits to choose from Meadow and Cypress and their litters that they were in. And I chose Meadow, and I actually chose Cypress's. Oh, he just peed on my couch. Great. This is a washable couch. It's an outdoor couch. It's fine. But I chose actually Cypress's brother, but had to switch at the last minute. They're both really good. You are so happy. It's so adorable. I forgive you for peeing. So I got Cypress in the end. And the way that we got him transported to me, this is all involving so many people, and it's been over a year. So if you're not like a rabbit person, you might not understand just how big of a deal this is. But the National Rabbit Convention was in Louisville or Lexington, Kentucky, I forget, I think Louisville, just this past week. And there's literally tens of thousands of rabbits on show, like competing at this place for a few days. And so Amber went there, showed some rabbits, including Cypress, who got, I think, 5th place for his group. That's really good for such a big show. But she went there with her rabbits and mine that I'd already paid for. And a friend of mine who lives in New Orleans and does rabbit shows was going to the convention, and she had space in her car to bring back my 2 giant Angoras that I bought from Amber. And so it all worked out. It was amazing that it worked out, and I'm so happy. I'm still breeding them for fiber. I didn't really mention that, but giant Angoras are excellent at producing tons of beautiful, beautiful fiber. So that's still my highest priority. I'm just also looking to breed these pedigreed, super awesome, beautiful show rabbits so that I don't have to eat as many of them, if that makes sense. Like with my mixed breeds, they're just not as desirable for show people to buy because you can't show mixed breed rabbits. So a lot of them, unfortunately, end up in my freezer, which is great. I mean, we eat them. It's good, it's nutritious, but it's kind of sad. I'm definitely a fiber farmer more than a meat farmer. But so I'm hoping that as I kind of slowly transition to just doing these purebred show quality rabbits, that I'll be able to sell more of the babies, get a little more income for my business, and while making sure I'm selling them to good, rabbit homes where they're going to be treated right and groomed and all of the things. and also not have to eat so many of them. And of course, some of them I'm going to keep for myself for fiber, and just keep slowly transitioning to that over the next year or two. And those are my plans. And yeah, if you could like or subscribe from this video, that really helps me. I do a wide variety of things, but they're all centered around my homestead. So I've got gardening, natural dye, fiber art, Angora rabbits, as well as recipes from scratch and different like baking and preserving and things like that. So make sure you follow me. Head over to my fiber shop if you're a fiber artist. It's linked in my homepage, spindleandspoonhomestead.com. And thanks for watching, everyone, and I hope you have a great day.